Today is May 1st, 2019. I'm wanting to do a quick Hobbit garden review. I'm in the backyard, and yesterday, I guess the last day and a half, 2 days, we've had 4 inches of rain. At one point I had quite a creek in my very back, and even now there's still a pond in the lowest section by the fence. So we've had a good amount of rain. I think tomorrow it's supposed to rain some more, which well, anyway, I'd like it to be maybe a week in between rains, but we'll see. Here, let me go over the backyard real quick and show you what's happening here. So this is my onion patch in the backyard, and what I'm showing you here is can you see those guys? There's some volunteer tomatoes back here, it looks like. Now, I was fooled by some marigolds in the front yard. I thought were tomatoes, but I like marigolds also. So I've got a lot of, I guess I need to dig out these tomato plants and pot them up. And as you can see, there's how much what. Oh, it looks like we're sprinkling right now a little bit. That's, oh well, we'll still try and get a review in. I may have to get an umbrella if it keeps raining. So you can see the water. Now, here's some pole beans. Actually, these pole beans are doing pretty good for me. And these were extra beans that I'd brought into the backyard because I soaked so many. And even these beans over here, see, I don't even know what to really do with this section. But these beans here, and then I threw some beans up by the fence. Look at that. Now some of those are bushes, but there's about 4 or 5 pole beans there. I guess I should put a piece of fence. Well, I guess I was hoping it might go up the bushes. Anyway, I need to clean that out some more, it looks like. And well, there's my normal mess. I need to burn that stuff up, clean it up. But now, well, anyway, in here I'm actually anaerobic digesting plants, and I will take, it'll be a mess. Oh, anyway, I'll mix that up, and then I'll strain off the water and add it to other water and add it as a fertilizer. And you can see in the back there's 2 rain barrels. They're full. Now, I actually planted some of those apple trees I showed you, and these are the extra. I don't know if these are, if that's going to blossom or not. But those are extra little ones. Now that's nice. And I need some of these leaves. Oh, well, I'll come back later when I have 2 hands. So this is starting to look pretty nice. I added in some charcoals. I dug up a wheelbarrow and sifted it and brought it into the garden. And then it rained like crazy, and so it'll be days before I'll be able to dig out there again, because it's full of water. The charcoal pit that I dug is now a little pond. These squash are making it. I haven't planted anything right here, but as you can see, the pole beans are doing good, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to plant back in here. These volunteer potatoes came back from last year. The problem with this section is I've got these big trees on both sides, and that causes the roots to come up in my beds. So it's a bit of a trouble. And along this fence, you see the I guess I planted about to here, it looks like. But the pole beans are coming up very nicely along this fence. But as you can see, most of these beds are prepared, but I haven't planted anything in these beds yet. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do back here. But I've got most of at least 50% of the beds, 60% not planted, and not even a great idea what I should be doing in them. Now, this is that grapevine. It's planted here between two huge trees, but can someone tell me if these are what grapes look like when they're young, or if this is wild grape? I mean, if these are, the wild vines. If you recognize this as legitimate, let me know. And if it's fake, I kind of think it's fake, but I'm wanting to see if those grow bigger. So that's disappointing to me. I did try and grow some vine from seed. Normally you don't grow vines from seed, but I took some globe grapes and tried to grow vines with them. Now here's my back. I guess it's been kind of a garden area, but it's I also used it to hold my leaves at kind of a leaf holding area. And I threw some, as you can see, I threw some mustard seed in here, and it's starting to come up pretty strong. Now mustard is also a good green manure, so I may dig that back into the soil, but I'm actually kind of surprised nothing is really growing on this side. There is a little bit of kill there, but I'm wondering why there's not anything right in the middle there growing. I guess maybe it's too shaded or something. Well, anyway, now my cherry tree, I have two of them back here. You see that? Or actually I have some little ones too. In fact, I had a cherry tree right there that I transplanted. I dug it up a couple days ago and put it right there. And then this is where those little apple trees. Now I don't know if this will grow or not, but here's one of them. And then the bigger one that was starting to bud, I went ahead and just put it in the ground here. You can see it was budding. It's starting to have some leaves. We'll see if it survives. But anyway, so we'll see. And I think this was the deer. As you can see, the deer were rubbing up against it, and it looks like they've totally killed it. Once you break the bark all the way around a tree, it dies. So I don't think this will be able to come back. Oh, those dirty deer. So this is the area I was talking about where we had the creek. I didn't film it. I did come out in the rain and I took a few photos, but I had a creek right through here, right along that path, and you can see the pond that's still there, and my fire pit. Look at all that water wanting to drain somewhere. So you can see my fire pit, and this is where I dug out the charcoal the other day, and then it rained like crazy, and well, that's the results. And there we are. So this area was a little creek coming right by that old mulberry tree, right down through here. Now, and I threw some mustard seed here. Of course, I've been working along this area really intense because, well, there's the battle. This is the war. My neighbor's bushes and vines. This area back here hasn't been, this has been let go the last 20 years, kind of. And so the bushes were, in fact, the vines were coming into my cherry tree. That's really what got me going. They were coming across, arching over, and they were coming up into the cherry tree. In fact, here's a remnant. I pulled it down. Can you see this? There's part of the vines. So you can see the cherries look happy. Look at this. The cherries are coming on. Can you see that? So this is the back. This is the battle. What I'm trying to do is not only clean this up a bit, but you see those big vines in the ground? It turns out that under the ground, there's also a web of vine roots everywhere. When I was digging over here trying to dig out a vine. In fact, I've got a vine here. Well, anyway, it's a big vine, but there's some huge vines in there. And they've been up in the trees. Can you see that? Now these vines have been cut back so they don't look as bad as they are. But we've been working on the last couple of years trying to take out the vines. But now I'm trying to actually dig up the roots. I mean, that's the goal, but boy, it's a big project. It's a battle. So I need to come and work on this again. We'll see. You see that? I need to take this down to the ground. All of these, and I need to dig up the roots. Now those are bushes, but those bushes the bushes behind there will actually grow over. So don't worry about this area. What I'd like to do is I'd like to clean it up and not have to fight this battle every year where the bushes are pushing over the fence and causing trouble. In fact, here back in the back, I haven't actually got to this. You see that big vine there, that 3-inch, well, maybe it's 2.5 inch. Can you see him? You see that big vine right there? Well, what'll happen, now I may have, I did cut this one. I cut the vine. I did cut it because I see it that it's cut right there. But I haven't dug up the roots. So what'll happen is that when the vines start in the spring or even later this year, they will spring up and follow that vine just as quick. I mean, those are such a huge battle. Now this actually, originally this used to be the a roadway to get into my back property. Actually, this was used to be how you were supposed to be able to get into the back because the front is all fenced. They used to have a little, but I don't think I ever had a actual right-of-way there. But that was how it was done. But anyway, that was years ago. Now it's a huge, I'd actually like to clean all that up and make a garden over there. But I don't own that land. But I am cleaning up this. I have talked with the owner a little bit, saying I'm pushing things back away from the fence. And I'm hoping to win that battle a bit and also take out the vines. If I can take out the vines, then everyone wins. Well, I don't know if he'll ever get all the vines. In fact, on this other fence, look at it, this battle's over here too. All these, now these are a little bit different vine, but all these vines up across my, now it's kind of nice. It does give some privacy a bit, but it's a battle because they just want to take over. Now I did throw some mustard seed along this fence, and actually kind of, even though this is back in the shade, I'm wondering if this mustard will, see, I put the logs across here to keep from mowing, but look, mustard is coming up. So that makes me happy, because you know, mustard is always, well, you can eat it for one thing, but if it comes up here real strong, then I don't have to worry about digging over and making green manure of up over there. Okay, this is the backyard. Love you guys. Bye-bye now.